Good morning. I am Dr. Ruby Fielding, Vice President for Finance and Administration, a proud Columbia College alum, and I will be serving as your Mistress of Ceremonies today. On behalf of Columbia College, I would like to welcome you to our December 2024 Commencement Ceremony. We have 193 students, remarkable students, with us today who have met the requirements for graduation. We are extremely delighted and proud of the accomplishments they have achieved during their time here at Columbia College. At this time, I would like to ask for you to please stand for the procession of our graduates, faculty, administrative staff, Board of Trustees, and the platform party. Once everyone has processed in, please remain standing for the invocation, which will be delivered by Reverend Feditra Board, Columbia College's chaplain and Director of Spiritual Life. First, we have our graduates, led by Dr. Mary John Barano. Next, Faculty Marshal Dr. Kurt Moody leads the graduate program directors, faculty, and administrative staff. Following the faculty are the esteemed members of Columbia College's Board of Trustees. Finally, we have the platform party. Reverend Faditra Boyd, Chaplain and Director of Spiritual Life. Ms. Nan Cannon Lafitte, President of the Alumni Council. Dr. Christine Barnett, Provost and Executive Vice President of Academic Affairs. The Honorable Ben Rex, Chair of the Columbia College's Board of Trustees. Mr. Scott Garvin, Commencement Speaker. And last but not least, Dr. John Dozier, President of Columbia College.
Please remain standing for the invocation. Shall we pray? 'Tis so sweet to trust in you, Lord, and to take you at your word, just to rest upon your promise and to know, thus saith the Lord. God, we come to this long-awaited moment to uplift you in trust and to celebrate the joy that fills our heart for marvelous things you have done before us, through us, and with us. Thank you for being with every graduate as their journey ebbed and flowed. Through it all, you were there to remind them that your goodness runs after them, especially when the going is tough. Your goodness was there when a virus plagued the world. Somehow you prepared a table in the presence of an invisible enemy so that sickness and death did not stop these who sit here today from completing degrees. Thank you for an army of supporters that encourage these graduates every step of the way. Bless every professor for sharing knowledge that transformed them. Bless staff for giving service that healed them. Bless family and friends for offering care that sustained them. Bless the host of people that prayed for and believed in them as they experienced obstacles and challenges. For these things and more, we are grateful to see this day and understand your promise of good. Come now, long-expected Holy One, and fill our hearts with joy and gladness. Wherever there may be lack or a feeling of lack and uncertainty, we trust that you will use these communal moments to supply our every need. Amen. You may be seated. At this time, we will be favored with a musical selection from the Columbia College Choir.
That was a beautiful selection. Let's give them another round of applause. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing to you the chairman of Columbia College's Board of Trustees, the Honorable Ben Rex. Mr. Rex serves as the Chief Executive Officer of Cyberwoven. He will now come forward to offer his welcome and to introduce our esteemed commencement speaker.
Good morning. Glad to be with you all. On behalf of Columbia College's Board of Trustees, I'm thrilled to welcome you to today's graduation. Graduates, we are gathered here to celebrate you, your accomplishments, the journey that has brought you to this point, and most importantly, your graduation. Please remember that we are grateful to each of you for being a vital part of the Columbia College community. We are very proud of you for reaching this point, and we are excited for you and the contributions that each of you will make to better the lives of your friends and family, to strengthen your community, and to better our society over the courses of each of your lives. To the family, friends, Columbia College faculty and staff who have helped each of our graduates on their journey to today's commencement, thank you for building an amazing community of support. Congratulations to each of you upon your graduation. We are so glad you chose Columbia College, and we are honored to be a part of your lives. It is also a pleasure to introduce Scott Garvin, the founder and president of Garvin Design Group, an architecture firm based in Columbia, South Carolina. Born and raised in Aiken, Scott earned both his bachelor's and master's in architecture from Clemson University and spent a semester abroad in Genoa, Italy. Scott began his professional practice in Greenville and established his own firm in 2003. In his career, Scott has been involved in the design and management of more than $1 billion of projects across our region. Scott's namesake firm has earned numerous awards for contributions to the profession and the community, including the American Institute of Architects 2019 Firm of the Year Award, the Columbia Chamber's 2020 Small Business of the Year Award, and Columbia Metropolitan Magazine's 2024 Best Commercial Architecture Firm. Scott's work has also earned him numerous personal accolades, including the Executive Association of Greater Columbia's Outstanding Businessman of the Year in 2018, the Columbia Chamber's Impact Innovation Award, also in 2018, and he was the winner of Historic Columbia's Preservation Leadership Award in 2022. Scott is an active community leader and philanthropist, an avid Clemson Tigers fan, fisherman, and father of 4 accomplished daughters. It is my privilege and honor to welcome to the stage a dedicated South Carolinian, a committed servant to the Midlands region of South Carolina, and a world-class friend of Columbia College. Please join me in welcoming Scott Garvin to the dais.
Thank you, Ben, very much for that kind intro. The most important part of that bio is that I'm a father of 4 daughters. So I've been in a house for 20 years with 5 women, and I'm very well trained. I'm still a work in progress, though, right, Mary? Good morning. What an amazing day for you guys. This is just incredible. You all are receiving your degree, and nobody really understands the sacrifices you've made to get here. Nobody really knows your story. The good news today is I'm not a commencement speaker. The bad news is I'm not a commencement speaker. So I want to share a little bit of my story, and hopefully you can relate that to your story, because we all have different experiences. The main thing I want to tell you today, and you can ignore every other word I say, is the degree that you're receiving has placed you in a box. That box will be defined and altered and changed throughout the course of your life. So it may be a great degree. It may be what you want to do with your life. It may not be. It doesn't matter. This is step 1 of your journey. So just imagine you're in a box and you have the opportunity to change that box. You're only 20% through your life. I'm closer to 80%. And I'm looking back on my life, and when I was sitting in your chair wearing a dress, which I haven't done in a long time, I realized that I'm supposed to do this, that, and the other, and it's completely changed, and that's what I want to tell you about. We all have life experiences. The life experiences affect everything that we do. You don't realize them You don't realize the impact when it's happening, but you can realize it later. You can learn from it. We have good experiences and we have bad experiences. I tell my daughters all the time, the bad experiences, the painful experiences are the ones that you learn the most from. Maybe not in the moment, but later in life. Use those experiences to grow and to change. I had 3 life experiences I want to touch on. It may sound like they don't apply to anything related to career or life, but they did for me. The first was offshore fishing. I grew up with a father who was from Charleston. He was a salty dog, and all he wanted to do was go out in the ocean. I can remember being 5 years old on a small boat, leaving on Friday afternoon from Charleston, spending the night, coming back the next day. We saw a lot of scary things, had a lot of frightening experiences, got lost a lot, went through really bad storms. And time again, he would tell me, when we have situations like this that are scary, you need to be courageous. Of course, I'm a kid. I don't know what courage is. But he would always say, when we're going through a storm, on the other side of that storm is sunshine. So you just need to have courage to get to the other side of the storm. It's amazing how impactful that has been on my life as I've faced struggles. Another one was playing basketball. That was my passion as a high schooler. As you can see, there was an issue here. It was a challenge. I tried out for the high school team. It's all I wanted to do. I was the last person cut. The guy that beat me out of the team looked at me in the face and said, "You don't belong here. This is not a place for you." That was very hurtful, very traumatic, yet very impactful. So for the next year, I was determined to make the team. That summer, I practiced for 12 hours a day. My mom and my friends thought I was nuts, but I was going to make that team, and I did make the team. The next year, I started for the team. There was a guy you may have heard of named William Perry. He was in the NFL for 10 years for the Chicago Bears. I was his point guard. I only got to be his point guard because I didn't listen to the naysayer, and I worked hard. Again, very impactful for my life as I move forward. Another one was, I told my dad I wanted to be an architect. My dad was affiliated with a business, and he said, "Okay, you can do that, but you have to work construction as a laborer for 2 summers." Very hot, very hard work. I was the lowest person on the totem pole. But what it taught me is what contractors go through. There's this perception when I was graduating, actually reality, that architects are smarter, more superior than contractors. It was real. Contractors' perception of architects is that we are creative idiots. And there's an adversarial relationship from the get-go when you start a construction project. I saw that first on the contractor side, not the architecture side, before I went into school. Again, very impactful for later in life. All right, the second part of my journey, other than life experiences that impacted me, was mentors. Please listen to this. Whatever you do, seek out the most talented, the smartest, the most incredible people that you can find in your area that you want to pursue, and go talk to them, meet with them, learn from them. Mentors want to teach young people lessons that they've learned. We're all intimidated by mentors. I was, but you have to take that step to learn from mentors. I'm going to mention 3 of mine. They're all passed away, but they had a huge impact on my life, and I want to say their name. The first one was my first boss when I graduated from Clemson. His name was Kurt Craig. He was the coolest architect I have ever known. He taught me 2 things. Number 1, when I walked in the door, you've made it to this firm. We trust you. You can have as much responsibility as you want. You can learn, you can grow, you can fail. We're going to trust you to do that. The second thing was, this firm is built on the principle of we, not me. So whatever you do, it's a we thing. Our successes are we's. Our failures are we's. I don't ever want to hear you say the word, "I designed this, I did that," blah, blah, blah. And that's something that I've carried through with my life today, especially my firm. Dick Larson. Dick Larson was a contractor. Our design team here in Columbia had just finished designing the Strom Thurmond Wellness Center at University of South Carolina. At that time, it was the largest construction project in the state of South Carolina. Today it would be $100 million. The winning bidder, his name was Dick Larson, and he worked for Ellis Don, giant construction company. asked me to go to dinner. So I went to dinner with Dick. He said, hey, you know, there's this sort of real tension between architects and contractors. I just want you to know, young man, that I've been doing this for 45 years. I've owned company twice. I'm even better at this than you are. So if you're going to have an adversarial role with me, you're going to lose. That's how he started the conversation. A little bit tense. He said, I can tell there's something different about you. I don't know what it is, but if you will agree to have a pleasant experience, not come after us, we won't come after you, we'll do a great job, we'll protect the client, you'll learn a lot. I learned so much from that man over 2 years. It completely changed how I thought about architecture and construction. He was a mentor. He started out threatening me, but he was a mentor. The last one I'm going to mention was Hain Hip. Back to my first job, I was a year out of college. Kurt Craig handed me a folder and said, here's a new project for you. It was a multi-million-dollar house on top of Paris Mountain. This person is the most successful businessman in Greenville. If he likes you, this will change your life. Pretty powerful words. Hain Hip ended up being a friend and a mentor for 35 years until he passed away. I did his house, then Mary and I relocated to Columbia. I've learned hundreds of things from Hain Hip, and I don't have time to go into all of them. Mark, my business partner, who's sitting by my wife, Mark and I had opened our firm, Garden Design Group, and we were about 10 years into our journey. And the Peace Center for Performing Arts in Greenville, South Carolina was going to go through this massive renovation, overhaul, huge project. Hain invited architects from all over the region. He sent me the invite and said, I'm sending this to you out of courtesy. You shouldn't go after it because you guys are too young, you don't have enough experience, you'll never win. So he gave the invite and the challenge. That's what he always did to me. So Mark and I and our team went after it. We went through 2 interviews. We beat 5 companies, including a 2,000-person firm from Atlanta, to win the project. It completely changed the trajectory of our firm because we listened to that mentor. So seek them out. They want to help you. The last thing I want to mention about Hain. We had won the firm award, which Ben mentioned. It's only been given out 15 times in 50 years, so in the architectural world, it's kind of a big deal. Hain called me the next day. So here's my mentor calling me to congratulate me, right? No. He called and he said, that's a huge honor. I said, yeah, it is, thanks. He said, well, I saw your firm photo. He said, I'm really proud that you have more women than men in your firm. That's great. But your firm's too white. I said, what? He said, your firm is too white. So I launched into the reasons why it was, and he stopped me. He said, listen, you have a new platform. You've earned it out of hard work, and you've gotten success. I know what the obstacles are to that community getting into architecture school. It goes back to middle school. There's a lot of reasons. It's economics. It's lots of things. Fix it. Help fix it. And there's my mentor. I thought he was going to praise us, and he was challenging us again. And we have. We've worked really hard at that over the last 5 years, and it's made a difference. Okay, the last category is being an entrepreneur. My first mentor was really my dad. He, in spite of trying to kill me in the ocean, he forced me to take business classes at school. Nobody else in architecture was doing that. He just told me that architects aren't good business people. And that was amazing that he made me do that. About 17 years after I'd graduated, Mark and I were actually working in another firm here in Columbia. I'd been there 15 years. I was a partner for 8. We were the largest firm in the state, doing great work, winning lots of awards. And from the outside, everybody thought we were it. We were the firm to model. On the inside, we were a mess. The partnership was flawed. People were unhappy. The culture was toxic. It was a mess. And as a partner, I felt the burden to fix it, and I couldn't. Tried and tried and tried and tried, and we just could not change the leadership structure of the firm. So after talking to my mentors, I decided that I got to do the right thing. I'm living a lie by representing something that's not right. I've got to do my own thing. So here we go. I'm 41 years old. I had 4 young kids, no money, no money. I had a non-compete with this firm that said I couldn't take employees or clients. But I'm leaving. I've got to do the right thing. Mary said, "Are we going to be okay?" I'm like, "Sure." And I got in the car and cried, like, I don't know. But I had a very trusting, supportive, amazing wife, a very faithful God that I believed in all my heart was telling me to do this. And it's been amazing. It's really been amazing. So I was fortunate to be able to pull a lot of my colleagues from that firm to our company. Mark Timms was one. We grew really fast because we were being slandered and sued, and the marketplace rallied around us because they knew what was right. And we grew really fast. We decided to create a firm based on putting people first, loving people, making culture the most important part of what we do. And most of the people that work with us have been there since the beginning. And it's just been amazing. I go back to all the things that my mentors told me and the lessons that I learned through my life experiences. And I can point to those and say that I am blessed because I'm surrounded with the most talented and amazing people you can imagine. Our firm, when we won that firm award, it's a firm award. It's not a Scott Garvin award. It's a firm award. And it's because of what we've built as a group. Ben mentioned this. We've done over $1 billion in projects in a very short period of time, mostly in South Carolina. We work really hard on our culture and just try to make sure that people are home at night and they're loved and taken care of, and it's just the best thing. The last thing I want to leave with you is I thought I'd sort of gotten to the point where this is what I'm going to do the rest of my life. But having that entrepreneur spirit, I just wanted to get into another venue, which was development. We had done a lot of historic development as an architectural firm, and I felt like we could do that and be the developer. And so we launched into that, and we've redeveloped over 8 historical properties in downtown Columbia, repurposed them, taken old dead buildings and injected them with new life, and that it's been great. Today, 38 years after my college graduation, the highlight of my life has been the opportunity for me and Mary to raise 4 daughters. To see them as adults now, being leaders, being strong women out in the workforce is the most rewarding thing that could ever happen to us. So yeah, the firm has been amazing. Our success, for however you define it, has been incredible. But to be the father and a mother of 4 strong daughters is the most amazing thing. So I'm going to leave you with this last thing. Have the courage to pursue what you enjoy, whatever it is. It was my lack of joy that pushed me to choose courage and take a big risk to start a new chapter. To paraphrase the Columbia College motto, in your light, I see light. So pursue that light, and God bless and good luck to all of you. Thank you.
I would like to invite to the podium Ms. Brooke Bruner, who is an undergraduate student in the online program. She will offer the response from the senior class.
Try to get it.
I have it here.
You got it?
I got it.
Next page.
Well, hello. How are you guys? Well, before we get started today, can we take a moment to thank the people and recognize them that got us here? Because we didn't do this alone, right? First, to the Columbia College faculty and staff, all of us had that professor that had to go the extra mile for us, right? You're thinking of that person right now. And we are so thankful for what they did that helped us to get here. To our family, I'm joined today by my husband, my 2 boys who are also in college, my family members, both here and online, watching at home, my work family that's watching at home. And there were so many times in my journey that I wanted to quit. I'm sure I was not the only one. times, especially taking statistics, that I thought, I do not have what it takes, to do this at my age. And my family came alongside me and said, you can do this. Don't give up. You've got this. Keep going. And I know that my story is not unique, that each one of you had that person, that family member that kept you going, that was your cheerleader. So can we take a moment to thank them and recognize them for what they did to get us here today? Well, I know I'm not the first, but I do want to say congratulations, class of 2024. I cannot tell you how privileged and honored I am to be part of your number. Today, whether you're graduating with your master's degree or your bachelor's degree, you have proven that you can do hard things because you're here. And this journey was not easy, not for any of us. And today's day of graduation did not arrive because you made one singular decision, right? You didn't put in a college application and then poof, the next day you showed up here at graduation, right? It's a tiny bit harder than that. No, today's day of graduation is because you made hundreds and thousands of unique, deliberate, intentional decisions that brought you to this point today. When you chose to study instead of binging on Netflix that night, right? You chose to stay home and work on that paper instead of going out with your friends. It cost you time, it cost you resources, it cost you sleep, it cost me wrinkles on my face, But each one of those unique, deliberate decisions brought you to today. It culminated to today. And so in the moments we have together today, I want to share with you 3 unique, deliberate decisions that I encourage you to make moving forward that will also change the directory and outcome and direction that you end up in your life, that will change your destination moving forward. So the first intentional decision is simple. Keep setting goals. Keep setting goals. Life, it is full of a lot of mundane moments, right? We spend most of our life doing laundry and dishes and talking about what we're going to eat, right? A lot of time spent on food. But moments like today, where you have set a goal in your life, you have worked hard to achieve it, and you have reached that destination, that is what makes life sweet, right? So don't let today be the end of that for you. Keep setting goals for yourself, whatever they might be. They don't have to be academic. Sign up to run the marathon, climb the 7 summits of the world, take up pickleball, become like the best one in your community. I don't care what it is. For me, I have this vision that one day I'm going to play piano with my grandkids, but I don't even read music. So that could be a challenge, But that's okay. The truth of the matter is the days and months and years of our life will pass whether we are reaching towards goals or not. But the experience we have along the way will be completely different. So keep setting goals for your life because you are never too old to learn something new. Never too old. The second deliberate decision that I hope you make is to never lose sight of what's important. Never lose sight of what's important. I've had the privilege in my life. I worked for many years for hospice organizations. And I got to sit by the bedside of patients as they took their last breath, passing from death to life. And some of those patients, they were surrounded by a room full of family members. And others, they just had me to hold their hand, right? But no matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, no matter the patient, not one time did a patient ever express regret to me that they didn't attend more meetings. Not once did a patient say, man, I wish I had gotten on more Zoom calls or, pulled more late nights at the office. That didn't happen. And why do I bring that up at this moment of graduation? You have worked so hard for this moment. I know I have. And the graduation, whether you're getting a master's or a bachelor's degree, new windows and doors of opportunity are going to open for you that were previously closed. And that is so exciting. I can't wait to see what the future holds for each of you. But as you are evaluating and determining what's next in your life, don't lose sight of what's important. Because at the end of the day, hopefully many, many years from now, you're going to be in that bed. and you're going to be taking your last breath. And you're not going to care what job title you held, how much money you made, or how high you climbed that corporate ladder. You're going to care who's in the room with you, holding your hand. That's what's going to matter. So invest in them. And don't lose sight of that as you're deciding what's next in your journey. The final thing, the final one decision that I hope that you make, and in my opinion, the most important is this: live for more. Live for more. You know, there is a common phenomenon that happens when people reach big goals and destinations in your life. You see it in Super Bowl champions, Oscar winners, Grammy winners, Olympic medal winners. They work for years pushing towards a goal or a destination, and they arrive at it, and they're surprised to have a feeling of letdown and disappointment. Michael Phelps actually talked about this. After coming back from the Olympic Games, he had won more Olympic medals than anyone in human history. Literally the GOAT of the Olympics. You cannot get any better than him, right? And he said he came back from that experience and he was so let down and disappointed, he didn't even want to go out and celebrate. He just felt bummed. And there is a lot of reasons and a lot of theories out there why people think this is the case. And I know all of our psychology majors in the room, you guys are probably like ready to write your quantitative and qualitative studies and look it up and get your laptops out. But before you do that, before you get those laptops out and start your research, I want to submit this for your consideration. Each one of us, we chase invisible carrot, hoping that that thing is going to bring us lasting satisfaction and joy. Each of us. You see, in all of us, there is this innate desire to be loved, to be seen, to have purpose and significance in our life, to feel like we matter. And we reach towards these big monumental moments with hope. Whether it's your wedding, a birth of your child, whether it's graduation today or Olympic medal, we reach towards those destinations with hope that that thing is going to bring that to us. And we're still left wanting. And that is because you were made for more. You see, you are not just the product of your parents, whether purposeful or not, whether on purpose or not, but you were designed and created and formed by God himself with this one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to know him. In him is the longing, the joy, the peace that your heart has been longing for. He sees you, he knows you, and he knows you by name. He sent his son, Jesus Christ, to die for you. So my advice to you is simple. Seek him. Seek him, and the Bible promises that if you do, you will find him. So that is all I have for you guys today. That's all I got. But I just want to congratulate you. You have done an amazing thing. Congratulations, class of 2024. Keep living intentionally, and best of luck as you move forward. God bless you all.
Our next speaker will be Ms. Nan Lafitte, who will give the Alumni Challenge to our graduates. Ms. Lafitte serves as the president of the Alumni Council, and she is a graduate of the class of 1987.
Good morning. I am Nan Cannon Lafitte, a 1987 graduate of Columbia College and your Alumni Association president. Today is a big day. You are beginning your journey into the world as a Columbia College graduate. Congratulations. Moving forward from this celebration, you will always find yourself in good company, surrounded by a family that has an eternal bond as Columbia College koalas. Your class has contributed leadership, dedication, and integrity to our revered institution, and you should be proud. Please know that your legacy will always be present as you leave her hallowed halls, and we will always welcome you back to our beloved school with open arms. As your Columbia College Alumni Association President, I am pleased to welcome each of you as the association's newest members. As you become members today, I hope that in the future you will continue to plant the seeds for later generations of Columbia College students, reminding them constantly of our rich heritage since the college's founding in 1854. Be proud of your new alma mater because we're proud of you. When you encounter Columbia College graduates throughout the rest of your life, you will find instant connections. Commit to these connections. Cultivate these connections and cherish these connections. They will serve you well throughout your life and will be something you treasure for years. I know I do. You have worked hard for your success, and we look forward to seeing you, all that you accomplish in the future. I hope Columbia College will always have a special place in your heart as it does in mine. I am honored to stand before you today to wish you, the graduates of the class of 2024, congratulations again, best wishes in your future endeavors, and welcome to the Columbia College alumni family.
We are at the point in the program for which everyone has been anxiously awaiting: presentation of the diplomas. At this time, I would like to ask the Provost and Executive Vice President of Academic Affairs of Columbia College to please come forward to present our candidates for their master's degrees. Our President, Dr. John Dozier, will award the degrees. Hooding of the master's candidates will be done by their respective program directors. And as a reminder, we respectfully request that you remain in your seats to take photos, and please do not use a flash. Also know we have professional photographers on site.
Good morning. Will the candidates for the master's degree please stand? Mr. President, these students have satisfied all the requirements for the degree. They have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees. I present them to you in order that you may confer upon them the master's degree.
Thank you, Madam Provost. Graduates, because you have satisfied the requirements of the degree, have been recommended by the faculty, and have been approved by the Board of Trustees by the authority vested in me by the state of South Carolina and the Board of Trustees of Columbia College. It is my pleasure to confer upon each of you the master's degree with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining.
Master of Arts, Athletic Coaching. Julia Nikayla Johnson. Master of Arts, Criminal Justice. Castrin Agnes Aiken. Zachary Tyler Hentz. Jared Honeycutt. Beyonce Holmes Noel Brown. Hakisha Roche Parks. Shania Amber Stevens. Siobhan Workman. Master of Arts, Healthcare Administration. Karen Morrow Ellington. Caldwell Jaheim Ginyard. Blaine Stephen Hudson Jr. Dorothy Sierra Jackson. Michaela Renee Jenkins. Jacob Allen Rowe. Amy Starrin Russell. Latasha Nicole Weston. Master of Arts, Organizational Leadership. Jamie Laverne Burgess. Christy Onita Burns. April Altman Duval. Janika Kendra Perry Farr. Lamaz Sheree Robinson. Bernardra Janice Scott. Master of Business Administration, Larry Orvin Carson III. Sydney Madison McNulty. Mary Catherine Nell Sanders. Shatavius Khalid Shivers. Kristen Rayleigh Weems. Master of Education, Educational Administration, and Leadership. Sophia Lagenia Brown. Denise Adrian Carter Mobley. Darius Evans. Tony E. Harris. Catherine Elizabeth Hayes. Talia Monique Johnson Walters. Brianna Summer Martin. Rebecca Elise McChesney. Kayla Mackenzie Pravat. Lillian Ashley Quesada. Allison Faye Monique Rouse. Victoria A. Woods. Master of Education, Higher Education Administration. Aaliyah Catrice Dingle. Natasha Renee Odessa Himes. Nia Marie Jackson. Yasmin Nicole Johnson. Lauren Michaela Reese. Jakasia Jakaria Rowe. Master of Education, Innovation, and Divergent Learning. Amy Adams Bobsine. Pamela Denise Barnes. Dory Lee Lucas Boatwright. Kanisha Jolanda Bowman. Ronette Briggs. Aaliyah Monique Bird. Haley Christensen. Kimberly Morgan Conyers. Roshandra Tamika Flood. Tammy Foster. Kayla Thomas Garrett. Jamie M. George. Karina Nicole Griffin.
And that's it.
Valerie Catherine Lashley. Tanya Elena Leach. Victoria Alqueen Leonard. Victoria Amber Metcalf. Kirsten Marie Neely. Jamie Marie Rankin. Marcel Gasqui Reed. Tiffany Renee Squirewell. Kimberly Dawn Stoner. Elizabeth Rachel Venugapal. Kayla Jenkins Williams. Asia Danielle Workman. Master of Education, Trauma-Informed Education. Patricia D. Alston. Christine Marie Bowers. Shauna Brackett. Allison Marie Coit. Jennifer Carolyn Derrick. Lindsay Duquette. Catherine Hadley Gordon. Lydia Elise Hartman. Destiny Mahogany Hicks Powell. Tess Marie Humowitz. Amanda Janine Lanford. Andra Shea Mack. Catherine Elizabeth McGrady. Janet McRae. Dawn Murdoch. Mary Catherine Peterson. Brenda Margaret Phelps. Courtney Danielle Ragsdale. Chrislyn Leanna Stowe. Jennifer Marie Thompson. Caitlin Lee Whitlow. Teresa Chainer Wilson. And Tammy Faith Young. Congratulations to our master's students. Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree please stand? Mr. President, these students have satisfied all the requirements for the degree. They have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees. I present them to you in order that you may confer upon them the bachelor's degree.
Thank you, Madam Provost. Graduates, because you have satisfied the requirements of the degree, they've been recommended by the faculty and have been approved by the Board of Trustees. By the authority vested in me by the state of South Carolina and the Board of Trustees of Columbia College, it is my pleasure to confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining.
Bachelor of Arts. Janae Simone Abraham, cum laude. Batula Abdiaziz Ahmed. Erin Ruth Armstrong, summa cum laude. Olivia Gale Ayers. Caitlin Marie Barefoot, cum laude. Mary G. Baradas. Catherine Abigail Barrett. Taylor Nicole Samantha Bess. Helen Ann Bishop, summa cum laude. Shannon Virginia Boatwright, magna cum laude. Daedra Melise Brown. Taylor Nicole Brown. Brooke Elizabeth Bruner. Stana Alice Bursack. Candace Marissa Carter. Lenora Denise Cohen Moore. Sandra Lynn Collins, cum laude. Leanne Cornwell, summa cum laude. Kelly Justin Cox. Caitlin Lanier Color. Alyssa Ann Davis. Jasmine Edrington. Morgan Nicole Edwards. Annette R. Espinoza. Hannah Elizabeth Farmer, cum laude. Jacob Fink. Brooklyn Franco. Julia Sidney Fry. Katie Fuentes Gonzalez, magna cum laude. Anautica Neantre Fulton. Aaron Lacera Gamble, magna cum laude. Jada Brooklyn Gentry. Kamaya Simone Gibbons. Cameron Nicole Golden. Jada Sierra Gore. Ethan Jacob Gray. Katie Lynn Grooms. Kylie Elizabeth Hackenberg. Autumn Lynn Hamilton. Devontae Q. Harper. Olivia Ray Henderson, summa cum laude. Brianna Lynn Hilton, magna cum laude. Gina Marie Hip, summa cum laude. Sequesta McElwain Hood. Madison Ray Wren. Jasmine E.R. Huggins. Carrie Wren Eisen. Akia Sashawn Johnson. Chiquita Monique Johnson. Sydney Brianna Johnson Haney. Brittany Nicole Knox. Katie Ellen Kaiser, magna cum laude. Ratesh Tahaj Leach. Savannah Grace Luke. Christopher M. Maxwell. Taeja Shamaika McDowell, cum laude. Beatrice Adriana Mendez, summa cum laude. Danielle Nina Marie Moore. Dylan Paget. Brittany Payton. Izara Annabelle Perez Carbajal. Della Player. Laura Catherine Powell. Tejali Rapley. Serenity Clarencia Ratley, College Honors. Alessia Reyes. Caroline James Ridings. Christopher Robinson. Rebecca Michelle Rojas. Dylan Christopher Sanchez. Ryan Mackenzie Skinner. Mariah Imene Smith. Samantha Allison Stanley, magna cum laude. Daniel Thomas Striffler. Angela R. Tab Lida. Jessica Lynn Tajman, summa cum laude. Carissa L. Taylor, summa cum laude. Stacy M. Tench, magna cum laude. Jocelyn Tucker Kane, cum laude. Elena Lynn Valencia. Ashley Tara Valenzuela. Megan Diana Waddell, summa cum laude, college honors. Miriam Green Walker. Chelsea N. Walsh, cum laude. Janae Elise Walton. Zakiah Yuri Watkins Jr., magna cum laude. Hayana Rochelle Weber. Melissa Marie White Etheridge, summa cum laude. Shane Whitley. Khadijah Kai Williams. Alicia Wilson. Kayla Renee Wilson. Sharon Wingate. Bachelor of Science degree. Alexis Dobbs, summa cum laude. Evelyn Hayden. Julia Quattlebaum. Alba Denise Quintana Valdez. Junior David Quintana Valdez. Alexis Mackenzie Robinson. Kylie Stewart, summa cum laude. Marilyn Elaine Suleiman. Jennifer Elaine Walling. Congratulations, graduates.
You know, I'm so appreciative of Mr. Scott Garvin and Mrs. Brooke Bruner for their message. And I just want to reinforce two things. Mentors, you need them. Keep them in your lives. And keep setting goals. Couldn't agree more. Graduates, as we gather today to celebrate your remarkable achievements, let's first take a moment to honor those who have supported you along this journey. First, I ask the faculty of Columbia College to please stand if you are able. Faculty are at the center of everything that we do. Your guidance, wisdom, and unwavering commitment have been instrumental in shaping the minds and the hearts of our graduates. Thank you for your dedication. Next, I'll invite our staff and administrators to please stand, if you're able. Our staff and administration have worked tirelessly behind the scenes, ensuring that our students had the resources and support needed to be successful. And we acknowledge you, and we thank you, too. Now, I ask the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, friends, and loved ones of our graduates to stand if you are able. It's your encouragement, prayers, and steadfast belief in these graduates that has been the foundation of their success. This day is as much a celebration of your contributions as it is of their achievements. Thank you for standing beside them every step of the way. And there's one group that I'd be remiss not to ask to stand, our Board of Trustees. This is a little bit off script, but I asked them to stand because oftentimes you never get to see them. But they are working tirelessly to make sure that Columbia College is not just a great place for you, our present, but also a great place for our future. And I'm so appreciative of them for their hard work. To each of you who have stood and those who could not be here today, we express our deepest gratitude. Your support, of course, has made all of the difference. And finally, to our graduates, the class of 2024, as you prepare to embark on the next chapter of your lives, I urge you to reflect on the Columbia College seal that's right in front of you, which embodies the very essence of who we are as an institution. Its symbols serve as a guide for the path ahead. The open Bible reminds us of the importance of our spiritual well-being and our call to live lives enriched by faith and purpose. The lamp of learning, rooted in ancient Greek tradition, inspires your continual search for wisdom and for understanding. The scroll, representing the breadth of the liberal arts education, challenges you to think critically, embrace diverse perspectives, and engage the world with intellectual curiosity. Finally, the seal bears our motto, non quem sed quid. And of course, you know that means what? Not who, but what. This simple yet profound statement is a call to action, for it's not your wealth or your social status that defines your value. It's not as much who you are, rather it's what you do with your gifts, what you do with your talents, what you do with your heart in the service of God's people that is truly what matters most. As you leave Columbia College, I charge you to carry forward these ideals of our seal, be individuals of character, faith, and purpose. Seek wisdom, pursue justice, and use your education to uplift those around you. Remember that the truest measure of success is found not in titles or accolades, as our graduate speaker said, but rather in the difference that you make in the lives of others. In every sphere of influence, let the world be better because you were part of it. May you live out the values of Columbia College with boldness and grace. May our motto, not who, but what, echo in your actions and in your service. And may your journey be marked with the kind of love, compassion, and leadership that transforms communities and fulfills the great promise of what you have learned here at Columbia College. Congratulations, graduates. The world is waiting for what you will do. Now go and do it. Now for the final step. Graduates, will you please stand? There's a tradition of moving the tassel from the right side of your cap to the left. And that tradition symbolizes the official conferral of a degree or the completion of an academic program. Initially, the tassel is placed on the right to indicate a candidate's status. After the degrees are conferred, graduates move their tassels to the left side, signifying their new status as graduates. So, together, on the count of three, we'll move our tassels from right to left. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations again, Columbia College class of 2024. We are so proud of you.
Please welcome Dr. Diana Amos to the stage to lead us in singing the Alma Mater. Please stand and join in.
We sing the praise of her we love. We lift on high her name in song, bright as the gleaming stars above. Columbia, Mother great and strong, she who has been shall ever be, wise, good, and true eternally, no stain
conclusion of our commencement ceremony, we are thankful for all of you joining us as we celebrate these students. Graduates, we are so proud of each one of you, and we look forward to hearing about all your accomplishments. I now would like to ask Reverend Boyd to please return to the podium to offer the benediction. Please remain standing until the platform party, faculty, and graduates have exited the hall. You will have opportunities to take photos with your graduates out in the lobby, and also there is a garden area around the corner to the left as you exit the room.
Please receive this benediction and dismissal with blessing. As we depart from this place to live our purpose, God, give us the strength to serve faithfully in our various capacities. Help us continue a legacy of hope, which makes us resilient in the face of all we will encounter. Let love be our guide and keep us safe from physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual harm. Build us up in ways that others may not only see our greatness, but also be inspired by it to find theirs. And may we remember to give you our humble thanks and praise for every achievement and heroic deed, knowing how sweet it is to trust in you. Go forth in peace and continue your path of greatness. Amen.